This story is about a trucker, a semi trucker out of Kentucky that was caught 3 times drug driving in the state of Ohio. And he, I just can't believe how many times he got away with doing this in Ohio. And Ohio is like one of the main hubs for drugs in this country. So, chances are when he was trucking through there, he was always getting high. Drugs everywhere in Ohio. This is dated December 8th, 2017. I tell you, privileges are something else in America. They don't care as long as you are the complexion with the connection. You can get away with being a drug driver and get caught 3 times in 30 days. Moving on, we'll talk about this guy in the picture. The U.S. Department of Transportation's Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration has declared Kentucky licensed truck driver Scotty R. Kinman, 28, in immediate danger to public safety today. It took them all this time to declare it. Must be nice. Kinman was ordered not to operate any commercial motor vehicle, a CMV, after being served a federal order on December 4th, 2017. And these incidents, by the way, happened in the summer, and it took them all this time to give him an order not to drive a semi truck. Must be nice. Don't know what that feels like. Under the influence behind the wheel. On July 24th, 2017, police officers in Cincinnati, Ohio responded to an emergency call and found Kinman slumped over the cab of his commercial vehicle. He had overdosed on a Schedule 1 controlled substance. He was arrested and found guilty of disorderly conduct by Ohio court. That's it? No drug charges? Okay, he's found under the influence and you just slap him with disorderly conduct? That's it? Woo, privileges are something else, y'all. Then on August 15th, 2017, Kinman was operating a CMV in Summit County, Ohio, when he was stopped by a police officer and cited for impaired driving. Kinman failed to appear before the Ohio court on the traffic citation, and a warrant was issued for his arrest. On August 18th, 2017, Kinman was operating a CMV with his Kentucky CDL when his vehicle slowed down to the point where it stopped and began to roll backwards. The truck rolled into the adjacent lanes on Interstate 74 in Hamilton, Ohio County, then jackknifed into the guardrail before coming to a stop. And you can see it in the picture below. The truck came to rest with the trailer positioned perpendicular across the westbound travel lanes, according to the news release. One motorist who witnessed this told 911 there is a semi truck and he is bouncing back and forth, like hitting one side of the wall and then coming over. WCPO reports that Kinman was already driving the truck when he ingested the heroin. Then he completely lost consciousness behind the wheel and jackknifed his tractor trailer, blocking all 4 lanes of traffic. Can you imagine that? You know, we can't lose sight of the fact that many of these truckers are drug addicts. and many of them are alcoholics too. I knew a couple of truck drivers growing up when I was a teenager, and I don't think I met one that wasn't an alcoholic. Many of them are alcoholics too. Another 911 caller said he was unconscious and drooling when they reached him, quickly stating, "He probably needs Narcan. He looks like my neighbor that overdosed once." Nearby motorists found Kinman unconscious and unresponsive inside the cab of the truck. Kinman was treated for another overdose, Schedule 1 controlled substance, when emergency responders arrived, and then was transported to the hospital. Kinman was not only charged with operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol, but also the failure to maintain control of his vehicle and the operation of a commercial vehicle with under the influence of a controlled substance. The judge set his bond at $320,000. The FMCSA implement hazard out of service orders states that Kinman's continued operation of a CMV substantially increases the likelihood of serious injury or death to you and the motoring public if not discontinued immediately. You think? Now, he did this over the summer, ladies and gentlemen, and they just put out this continuous order in December. Do you see how reluctant they are when they're dealing with their own people to take action? It took them all this time. He had his first incident in July, and they didn't put this order out until December to discontinue his license. Oh my God. This out of service order carries penalties up to $1,811. That's actually not that much money, and may be assessed for each violation of operating a commercial motor vehicle. Kenman also may be subject to civil punishment prior to punishment brought by the FMCSA if the service order is violated. Yeah, because remember, this guy didn't even show up for court. But you see how long they allowed this to go on? These incidents started in first one July 24th, and they didn't take action against getting his commercial license until December 4th, 2017. Now you know darn well if this was a black trucker, they would have took action on the first incident, and we know that. Please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. And don't forget to hit on that notification bell. And if you can become a patron, please do. Peace, family.